Hey guys, this is Retro Rain. Today we're going to do something special. We are going to make a Mega Man game using Gamemaker. First thing we want to do is create a new folder called Mega Man Project. You can actually call whatever you want, but I called it Mega Man Project. And the first thing you want to do is get all your assets together. What I did was I opened up Mega Man 1 ROM, changed it to PAL mode, and it took a few title screen, stage select, the boss previews. Next, I went to Spriters Resource, and I'm giving credit to Mr. Mike for ripping the sprites. I added the Mega Bullet and the Life this sprite because it wasn't there, sprite sheet because it wasn't there. And I downloaded the enemies from Mega Man 1, 2, 3, and 4, plus the bosses Bubble Man and Heat Man. I'll post the link in the description for the stage tile set. Now, this is a tile set I use for a boss called Toxic Man, which I have in a ROM hack, but I'm also making a Gamemaker Studio 2 game, a project that I've been doing on the side, but it's been on ice for a little while. But either way, we're going to use it for this project, and I'll put the link in the description so you can download it and follow along. Also in this folder, I included YY-CHR and the Mega Man 2 font. Also, a notepad with some code that I took from Sarah Spalding's video. I'll show you it right now. Sarah Spalding. She has a Gamemaker Studio 2 complete platformer tutorial, and we're going to use some of the code in this video to start off with. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is open up Gamemaker Studio 2, call your project something, Mega Man Project. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create some sprites. We're going to create a sprite. We're going to call it SPR, and we'll call it player for now. We're going to make the width 16, the height 32. Apply, edit image. Take a yellow color or whatever color you want. Go like that. And then make sure you center the origin, middle center. Close this out. Another sprite. Be our wall. That's going to be 16 by 16. Once we have those two sprites ready, and the wall, by the way, you don't have to center that. You leave that alone as is. Then we have to create two objects. Create object, player, call it OBG player. Then create another object, OBG wall. Give it the wall sprite. Then we're going to open up our room. You're going to make the width 250 by height 40. Viewports and cameras, enable viewports, clear viewport background. We're using this one. Make the width, height. Okay. By 13. For now. We're going to create another object. Call this one controller. And in it, we're going to put a create event. And in it, we're going to put window scale is equal to 3. Window set size 256 times window scale 240 times window scale. And we're going to take that controller object, place it in the room. Now let's run it and see what we got so far. All right, good. 256 by 240 resolution, which is blown up, so we can actually see it. There's one thing I forgot to do. You might want to do this. Put a step event in here. If keyboard DK escape game end. That way, when the game is open, you can just hit the escape key at any time to close the window. Instead of having to constantly click the X, you can just hit the escape key. Okay, now let's go into the room. Make this 16 by 16. Take some object walls, kind of just put them there. 2 here, put 3 here, put the player here. Next, we're going to go into the player object and see here. This is where we're going to reference this video. I'm going to just mute this. Create event. 0, ESP 0, gravity 0.1, walk speed. No, and I'm gonna step. Basically what you're going to do is you're just going to copy all this code from this video. I can probably copy and paste this code in the description. Maybe you can just copy and paste it from there. I'll try to see if that'll work, if I can put this code in the description. Now I'm using the F key for the jump because I like to use A, S, D, and F for the controllers. For the keypad inputs, you can use whatever keys you want. You can use space, you can use Z or X, whichever you prefer. I like to use F. So Mega Man will jump with the F key. You know what? Just do all the collision stuff right now. Then we're just going to copy that down here and reverse it. Y plus VSB. This will be Y plus sine VSB. This will be Y equals Y plus sine VSB. VSB 0 is equal to Y plus VSB. Let's just run this for a second and see what's going on here. Okay. We just have to add gravity and jumping. Okay, jumps a little too high. We can fix that though. In fact, let's fix that now. Make that 4. See how that turns out. A little bit better. Still too high, but a little bit better. We can always adjust the gravity and the jump height and the move speed. We can. Okay, so we have a player. It's 16 by 32. We're going to adjust this we're going to make a lot of adjustments as we go. But we're going to adjust this. So this player objects is going to be Mega Man. We got the wall tiles. Should say the wall objects. We have a player that can move left and right and can jump and has proper collisions. And that's all we need to get started with a basic Mega Man game. Okay, let me escape. So let's recap really quickly. You're going to create 2 sprites, the SBR player, SBR wall. The player is 16 by 32, center the origin. The wall should be 16 by 16. Don't center the origin, just leave it as top left. Again, you can use any colors you want. You're going to create objects for these 2. You're going to create another object controller, and you're going to place the object controller in the top left corner of the room. And the controller, for now, it just allows you, it's an overall controller for the game. It allows you to change certain settings and things, and just, it's necessary. Oh, you know what you can do? I forgot to do this. Make the controller persistent so it stays across the rooms. Window scale 3, 256 times window scale, 240 times window scale. That takes the resolution and blows it up so you can see this. Otherwise, the screen would be very small. And using Sarah Spalding's Gamemaker Studio 2 Complete Platform Tutorial Part 1 Basics, if you follow along in her video there, it'll give you the code needed to get started. And to create, you just I made some slight modifications. Like for instance, she used variable move in here, whereas I just made the move permanent. I made it so it's here. Minor differences. Let's just do a little bit of tweaking. I'm going to make the walk speed 2. And the gravity, let's try, I don't know, let's try 5. And let's try running it, see the things are a little bit smoother. Okay, gravity's stronger, but his jump is now a little too weak, so put that back at 7 and see how that works. Perfect. We have a player that has gravity. He can move left and right. He can jump up on platforms. And now we have the basics for a Mega Man game. Okay, so we have all that. Again, let's go back to our folder here. Go to Spriters Resource. Go to Mega Man 2. Download the Bubble Man and Heat Man sprite sheets. And, you know, using Spriters Resource, you can find all these other things too. You can find the Mega Man sprites. I got this one from Mega Man 1. And I got the enemies from their respective games, Mega Man 1, 2, 3, and 4. You'll want to download YY-CHR. You can find that. You just Google. You can find this. Megaman 2 font char. That's just taking the font graphics from the ROM and putting it in a char file. Um, and this is just some code, which is the code that we put into our game. We'll be making some tweaks and adjustments as we go. You might want to take some screenshots if you have the ROM. Take some screenshots. Of the title screen. Let me open this up. Title screen of Mega Man 1. Boss, the stage select screen. One with the cursor highlighted, the other not. The boss preview screen. And I'll put the Bioman. I was thinking about, so the ROM hack that I have, the Mega Man project that I have on the side, the two of them, one is a ROM hack, one's a Gamemaker Studio project. I called the boss Toxic Man. I was thinking of changing him to Bioman, so just a minor change. I like Bioman better. And I'll put this in the description. Download it and follow along. Yeah, so this is part 1 of a series, creating a Mega Man game, and this obviously being the first part, we're just setting up. We're getting all our assets together, downloading what we need, getting everything together into a folder, and then creating the very basics that we need to get going. Run this. And this is going to be a Mega Man game. Now we're going to make it a simple Mega Man game. We're not going to go crazy, take too much time, too much work. We're going to make a very basic Mega Man game. Title screen, stage select, boss preview, then the stage, and we're not gonna do like, I'm gonna try to see if we can do like one stage, and then after that, if you want to make your stages, by all means, go ahead. But we're not gonna go too crazy. We're just make the simplest Mega Man game that we can make. Okay, this is it for part 1. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, a like. Think about subscribing, and I will see you in the next part. Thank you. Take care.